Ready to get started. We're going to be down on the floor the whole time. Just want to sit on the roller to begin with. So just check, make sure you're at the center of the roller.
Janet,
You've
can I
got about
say
the same amount of roller each side. You're in a neutral pelvis, so you're not curling that pubic bone under. We want pubic bone hips level. You've either got your legs stretched out. If the hips are feeling a bit tight, remember you can always open your knees out a little bit or swap in between positions, just whatever works for you. And I just want you to really focus on the length in the spine. So the crown of the head is floating up towards the ceiling. The shoulders are sliding down the back. Feel that length first, and then I just want you to do a little side bend over to the right side. You're not doing anything with the arms just yet. And then bring it back to the center. So again, focus on that length first. Then you've got that side bend over to the other side. Pelvis stays down. Bring it back. Now you're going to open the arms. You're going to reach your arms. Make sure the shoulders stay down. Arms open out. Turn the palms down. Let them lower. Now we're going to go to the right side, but this time the left arm lift. You want to open right down the side of the spine. We're making sure that chin's pressed back, and then come back to the center. So feel that length first, and then into that spinal movement over to the other side. We're lengthening the arm. Bottom is pressed into the roller. Bring it back to the center. Let your arms lower, but lengthen. We'll go back to the first one without the arms, just a side bend to the right. And then you're going to bring it back to the center. And then you've got that side bend to the left. Ooh, lost someone on Zoom. Bring it back. The arms are reaching out. Lift them up towards the corners. Open the arms out. Let them lower. Lengthen up. Ready to add that arm movement. Someone in the waiting room. Over towards the right side. Left arm lifts. Bring it back to the center. And now over towards the left side. And the right arm lifts. We're going to bring it back. See if you can lengthen even more. One more round for now, without the arms first, as you go over to the side, lengthen, bring it back, and then over to the other side. You're going to lengthen and bring it back. Turn the palms. The arms reach up. Now, as the arms lower, lengthen even more. Add the arm movement this time. So we're opening up the whole side of the body. Then you're going to bring it back. And then over towards the left side, lengthen out, bring it back. Open your arms just to shoulder height. Bring your arms forwards. We're going to do our spine stretch. So take a breath in. It's all about that length first. Then we're going to let the chin drop. Make sure, imagine you've got an apple between the chin and chest. Feel the upper back round. And we're just reaching forwards, but we've got to keep that pelvis super glued to the roller. We're engaging the core muscles to help open out the lower back, so draw the navel in. Now feel your stomach muscles and the muscles down the front of your body. Lift you all the way back up and lengthen up. Go again. Take a breath in. Lengthen up first. Then work through, visualize the neck, the top of the spine rounding. Then the back of the rib cage. The pelvis stays on the roller. Take a breath in. Activate the core. Really feel these muscles in the front of your body, helping you restack the spine. Arms up, open the arms. So from the beginning, over to the right side, and then bring it back. Lengthen as you go over towards the left side. Bring it back. Turn the palms. The arms reach up. The arms lower, still lengthening up. Now let's add the arm this time as you go over to the side. Feel that length, that stretch. Bring it back. Now we're going to go over to the left side again. Feel that length in the right side of the body. Bring it back. Arms forwards. Breath in. Crown the head floats up into your spine. Stretches the neck. Top of the back. Middle of the back. The pelvis is glued to the roller. Draw the belly button into the spine. Roll back up. Your arms lift up. Open out. We're back to the beginning. Over to that right side. The legs stay still as you do this. Back to the center. Over towards the left side. Bring it back. Turn the palms. Reach your arms up and out to the corners. The arms lower. You're lengthening your spine. And you're adding the arms now as you go to the right. Really lengthen out. Bring it back. Up and over as you go to that left side. You're going to bring it back. Turn the arms forwards into your spine. Stretch as you round the spine. Take a breath. As you breathe out, bring it back. Arms are going to cross your chest. We're going to add rotation. We're rotating to the right, but you're checking that you don't slide 1 foot forwards. That tells you your pelvis is moving. We want the pelvis to be still. You're looking over the shoulder, then you're going to bring it back. Now lengthen and go to the left. Keep the feet still, the pelvis stays still. Look over that left shoulder, then you're going to bring it back. Feel that length as you rotate your spine to the right, bring it back to the center. Feel that length as you rotate to the left, bring it back, release. We've got one more round. So into your side bend to the right, maybe, hopefully getting more and more movement through the spine as you do this. Over to the left, bring it back, turn the palms, reach your arms up. As your arms double, lengthen the spine, ready to add the arms this time. As you go over to the side, then you're going to bring it back. And you're going up and over to the other side, bringing it back, arms forward for your spine, stretch forward, release the neck, the top of the back. Remember, we're activating the core here, draw the belly button in, feel the muscles, the stomach muscles, the muscles down the front of your body, assist you as you restack the spine, arms across the chest, rotate to the right, keeping the pelvis and the legs still, center, rotate to the left side, bring it back, one more as you rotate to the right, back to the center, and then over to the left, bring it back. Release the arms if your legs are stretched out, slide them a little closer, bend the knees, sit down onto the floor for a moment. Now you're sitting in front of the roller, have your hands to the ends of the roller. Now make sure that roller's not going to roll away. We want to really stabilize the shoulders. And now it rolls back just a little bit and your chest lifts. It's just a really subtle movement in the spine. Then you're going to bring it back. And again, the pelvis stays anchored down. You go back a little bit, the chest lifts, and then you're going to come back, trying to keep that long spine that you had sitting on the roller. 2 more, you go back, the chest lifts, then you're going to come back. You might feel the hips getting a little tight. We're going to release those in a minute. The chest lifts as you go back, then you come forwards. Now you roll back onto the roll. Remember, we want it maybe about halfway down the back, no right or wrong position, whatever feels best for you. We're going to interlink the fingers together. We want the hands behind there, but we want the elbows forwards, and that's going to open the scapula because we're trying to work the connective tissue in between the shoulder blades. And from here, we're just going to drop back a bit. Your pelvis is still down on the floor. You can still see the elbows out the corner of your eyes. And then just slowly, you're curling up. And again, make sure that roll is secure. It's not going to roll off anywhere. And again, so we're trying to get this movement in your thoracic, the upper back. So we don't want any movement in the lower back. We don't want the pelvis to move. The legs don't move. Keeping the elbows in, supporting the head. 2 more here. And then you're going to curl up, looking towards the tops of the knees. And we've got 1 more. As we drop back. Now, if this feels enough for you, you stay with this, doing this, or you curl the pubic bone, the bottom lifts up a little bit, and you just start to roll that roller up and down the top of your back, really slowly. Remember, you're stopping before you get to the next. We're trying to roll up to the top tips of the shoulders, and we're rolling down, and you can roll as far down your back as you want to. And again, just slowly rolling it up, and then just slowly roll it all the way back down. We're just going to do 2 more for now as the roller rolls up and it releases those tight muscles and down. Still check, you can see the elbows out the corner of your eyes. Now roll the roller down. If you did lift the bottom, let the bottom drop, curl up, make sure that roller is secure again. And let's just drop back. Make sure you're looking to the ceiling, you're not looking behind, you're supporting the head in your hands, and you're just taking a breath in, letting that breath out, take another breath. Now as you breathe out, curl up so you look towards the legs. You're going to shuffle the bottom back so the roller goes a little further down your back, allowing you to lift higher, using those core muscles. Stretch out the arms. Now tighten that belt, think of that spine stretch when we were working the front of the body. Let's use those muscles to pull you all the way back up. Lengthen. We're going to do some strength work. So let's move the roller towards your feet and lie on your side. It's going to strengthen all the muscles down the outside of the body. You're going to go down on your elbow. Your legs are over the roller, and just have that top legs in front of the bottom leg, but make sure that your hips are level. Now let's check the shoulder. We don't want to be sinking down. We want stability in the shoulder. So you want the elbow either under the shoulder or maybe a bit further away, whatever feels best for you. Place your hand on the bottom of the rib cage nearest the floor. So all I want you to do from here, we're already lifting through the shoulder, is feel the rib cage lifting. Feel your hand as the rib cage lifts. You're not going to just collapse it down. You're going to control it as the rib cage lowers. And again, so you're lifting up through that rib cage. Draw the belly button in, lower down. If that feels enough for you, please stay with that. If not, hand on the floor. And as the rib cage lifts, the hips also lift up, holding it there. And then control it, slowly lower. Or maybe do a combination of both. So it's either the rib cage or the rib cage and the hips. You're tightening that belt and then just slowly lower down. And again, we're going to do 3 more of these. So it's either the rib cage or the hips as well. So it's quite a challenge, lower down, but we want to create that strength in the body as well. We've got 2 more ribs or hips as well. And then lower back down. 1 more, so make sure the hips are staying level, and it's hips or the rib cage or both, pulling the belly button in. Well done, lower down. Now from here, the roller's going to go under that armpit of that supporting arm. So bring the roller in towards you, come up, move the roller, because now we want to release all those muscles that we've just been stabilizing. So the roller is going to go underneath your armpit. Your knees are bent, elbows on the floor, hand is behind the head, and your other hand's behind the head. You're pressing the head back. And we're just going to roll forwards. This top elbow is going to drop down. The other elbow stays on the floor the whole time. Then you bring it back up, and then you roll it back a little bit. So make sure you're supporting the head here. And then bring it back. And again, so we're releasing all that connective tissue, all the muscles that just had to work really hard under that shoulder. And then we're bringing it back, and then you're rolling it back. And the whole time you're supporting the head as you do this. Bring it back to the center. And again, you're rolling forwards, the elbow drops, then the elbow lifts as you come back to the center, and you roll it back. And then you're going to bring it back. We're going to do this 1 more. So we're rolling it forwards. And then the elbow is lifting up, and we're just rolling back into that scapula on the top of the back. Then you bring it back to the center. Leave go of your head, push yourself up. Before we do all that, we're going to have the roller in front. This arm and shoulder we've just been releasing, let's stretch it out. So now it opens up those muscles, palm to the ceiling, head on your arm, and your legs are stretched out. Your other hand's on the roller, but you make sure that shoulder is down and away from the ear. So before we lift the legs, I want you to feel this top leg lengthening. And it's not just the leg, it's all the way down through the side of the body. And then you're going to lift your legs off the floor. Now from here, you're going to flex the feet. I want you to feel the toes pulling towards you. Point. Now as you point, see if you can push into the roller and lift that a little bit higher. So now we're strengthening the other side of the body. Now feel the length through the legs, through the crown of the head as you lower back down. Ready to go again. So we're lifting the legs up first. Keep them there, flex the feet, toes pulling towards you. Point. Now as you point, see if you can push into the roller to allow more lift in the side of the body. Then feel that length as you lower back down. We've got 3 more here to go. So the legs are lifting up. We're flexing the feet, toes pulling towards you. As you point, see if you can lift even higher. Feel that length as you lower back down. We've got 2 more. So lifting up, flex your feet, point, and as you point, lift up. Make sure that shoulder's not lifting to the ear though. Lengthen and lower back down. We've got that 1 more time. So lengthen out the legs, they lift. Then you flex the feet, then you point, and see if you can push into the right. Can you lift the legs higher? Now stretch them out, holding it here. Draw the belly button in. Well done. We're going to lengthen, let your legs lower. We're going to move the roller down, and you're going to bend your top leg, and you're going to place it on the roller. Knee in front of the hip. Try not to let this top hip hinge up. The side of the waist is long, hand is on the floor. Now we're just lengthening and lifting this bottom leg up, working all our adductors. You're going to flex the foot. Now as you point, can that bottom leg lift up that little bit higher? Lengthen it out. Keep lengthening through the crown of the head as well. Let your bottom leg lower. Let's go again. So we're making sure the bottom knee is facing forwards. Flex the foot. But as you point, see if you can lift it up that tiny little bit higher. Lengthen it. Let it lower back down. And we've got 3 more here. So remember, we're working all the muscles that support the inside of the knee as well. Here, flex, point, see if you can lift up even higher. Then you're going to lengthen and lower back down. 2 more to go. Keep that bottom leg straight as you lift it. Now flex the foot. Now as you point it, can it lift even higher? Lengthen, lower back down. And we've got that 1 more time. So your bottom leg lifts up. Flex the foot, but as you point it, see if you can lift it up higher and hold it there. Lengthen out that leg. Check the shoulder is down away from the ear. Then you're going to let that leg lengthen. Well done, let it lower. Keep that leg on the roller. Keep the hips stacked, ready for some rotation. Keep lengthening the crown of the head. Now this time the elbow lifts. You're rolling onto the back of the head and you're trying not to move the roller. Your head is in the hands are on the floor. Whichever side of your ribcage is nearest to the ceiling, that's where you're trying to breathe into, in through the nose. Let the lungs expand into the ribcage. Letting that breath out through the mouth. And then the elbow lifts. And just really focus on that long spine as you add this rotation. Elbow stays down. We're going to go again. The elbow lifts. The crown of the head is lengthening. It's a slow, controlled movement. Then you stay back for a moment. You take a moment as you breathe into the rib cage. And you let the breath out. And then the elbow lifts. And again, you're lengthening as you bring it all the way back to the center. Let's do 2 more. So really feel that length first. Trying to keep the roller still. Keeping the hips stacked. Take a breath. Just letting the breath out. And then the elbow lifts. As you bring it back to that start position, we've got that one last time. So you feel that length in the spine. Then you feel that spinal movement as you rotate. And you're going to hold it here. And breathe in. Letting that breath out. And then you're going to lift the elbow. And you're going to bring it back to the center. So just leave the roller where it is for now. We'll go on to the other side in a minute. But for now, roll over. So you're lying on your back. Feet are shoulder distance apart. Arms are down the side of the body. Just feel the collarbones opening out wide. So one shoulder, one arm might feel a little different to the other one at the moment. We're going to take a breath in. On the out breath, first of all, tighten your belt. Draw the belly button in. Then see if you can use your stomach muscles to imprint the lower back, but without any tension happening in the shoulders. We're going to curl the pubic bone and we're going to just peel the spine. One bone at a time. We're using our glutes, the bottom muscles, and we're going to hold it there at the top. Now let's lift the arms. We're going to turn the palms and we stretch the arms above the head. Think of opposition. Your arms are lengthening, the thighs are lengthening the opposite way. And just curl that pubic bone, lower your spine, keep curling it more and more. Remember, that's going to help open out the lower back. And then your arms are lifting up. Now, as your arms press down, start to use your core muscles to imprint the lower back. Now, curl your pelvis. Now, peel your spine up. Now, are you pushing that right foot down equally as the left foot? Now, as your arms lift up, keep your equal pressure on each foot. Stretch the arms. Now think of that opposition. Your arms are lengthening. The knees and the thighs are lengthening the other way. But you're trying to articulate the spine. You're trying to lower it section by section. Curling the pelvis up. Once the bottom's down, your arms lift up and down. As soon as your arms go down, start that whole movement again. Engage the core. Imprint the lower back. Checking each foot, press down equally, hold it. The arms are lifting, you're going to turn your palms and you're lengthening them. Now stretch out the arms, curl your pubic bone, let your spine lower. We've just got that one more time. Your arms lift up, turn the palms, press them down. As soon as they go down, engage the core, imprint the lower back, tilting, and you're going to peel up. Keep that pressure equal on each foot. Arms lift up and over, stretch the arms, curl your pubic bone, lower down. But this time, once the bottom's down, arms are up to the ceiling, palms towards your legs. You're going to slide your right leg out along the floor, making sure the arch doesn't increase on the lower back. Left leg slides along the floor. Now glue your legs together so two legs become one. Your hands are directly opposite the shoulders. So as soon as the arms start to lower, the head begins to lift. And we're going to see what we're like on a roll up. Remember, you might need to use your hands on part of that movement and lengthen at the top. Now curl under. So like we did that shoulder bridge, we want the lower back to press down towards the floor, all the way down, and arms, hands are above the shoulders. So really think of that connection of the legs. That helps you on this one. If you need to, remember, assist yourself with your hands as you come up. Feel that length as if you were sitting on the roller like we did in the beginning. Curl your pubic bone, tighten that belt, squeeze your legs together as you lower back down. And we've got that one more time. So we're going to press the arms, draw the belly button, and we're squeezing the legs together all the way up, bending the legs. We're going to get the roller behind us again like we did earlier. We're leaning back into the roller, checking it's not going to roll away. Interlink your fingers together, elbows in. Remember, we want to separate the scapula, and we're just going to drop back a little bit. And you're making sure you're not looking behind you, you're looking at the ceiling or even slightly forwards, and then we're just curling up again. So we're going back to finding that extension in the back. As you drop back, curl up, and again, if that feels enough, stay with that, or you curl your pubic bone, your bottom lifts up, and you just have a little roll up and down the top of your back. So you do what feels best for you. If you're rolling, it's a real slow movement, rolling over the scapula. You might hear or feel some clunks and clicks in the spine as you do this. If you are rolling, you're just going to do that one more time. You're going to roll back, the bottom goes down, you lift up, you shuffle the bottom back so the roller's further down your back so it can assist you as you come back up. So now we're going to have the legs at the other side. So swing it round and your legs are on the roller. So now we're at the other side. So your top leg is in front of the bottom leg, but we want to make sure the hips are stacked. Pay attention to the position of your arm. We're not sinking down. We're using all the muscles to stabilize the shoulder. Hand is on the side of the rib cage nearest the floor. And all you're going to do is lift the rib cage. Now, one side will probably be completely different to the other. You're not going to let it collapse. You're just going to sink a little bit. And again, lifting the rib cage. So already you're activating those muscles. Now stay with that if that feels enough, or if you want more, hand on the floor as the rib cage lifts. Oh, this is my harder side, you're lifting up. And then control it. You'll want to collapse straight down, have control as you go down. And again, so rib cage or hips, or maybe you're doing a combination of both. Slowly lower down. Now think of that belt, pull it in tight. And again, we've got 3 more here. So we're lifting up for 3, holding it, belly button is in, and then lower back down. 2 more here. So we're lifting up, holding it there for a moment, control it as you lower down. 1 more time, lifting either the rib cage or your hips are lifting. And then, well done, you're going to lower down. We're going to bend the legs, the roller comes in. We're going to release under that armpit of that arm you were working. So get your roller, move it to the side, go down. The roller's under your armpit, and take notice if one side feels more tender than the other as you release it. Legs bent in front, elbow on the floor, hands are behind the head. Now we're just going to let this top elbow drop. As we roll forwards, ideally keep that other elbow down on the floor. The top elbow lifts, and you just roll back a little bit. Holding it there for a moment. And let's go again. Come back to the center. The top elbow just drops down as you rotate. And then the elbow lifts, and you lean back a little bit. So we're never symmetrical on both sides. Sometimes one side is a bit tighter than the other. Go forwards, bring it back. Make sure you're supporting the head on this. The elbow goes back. We've got that one more time. So your elbow comes forwards as you roll forwards. And then you bring it back, and the elbow is just going to drop back. The other elbow stays on the floor. And then you come back to that start position. From here, leave go of your head. Push yourself up. The roller goes in front. So we want to open up all that tissue we've just released and stretched out. So ideally, palm up to the ceiling. The legs stretch out. We're checking that straight line in the body. Hand is on the roller, but without that shoulder lifting. So before we even lift the legs, I want you to feel the length in that top leg and right down the side of your spine. As you lift up, check that the hips are still stacked. Now flex both feet. Feel the little toes pulling towards you as much as the big toes. Now as you point them without the shoulder lifting, you're going to push into the roller and lift. So feel that strength in those muscles in the side. Now feel the length as you lower back down. And then you're going to go again. So your legs lift, then you flex the feet. Then as you point them, you just see if you can push into the roller with that hand to allow your body to lift up a little higher. Then you're going to lengthen and then lower down. And again, we've got 3 more here. So we're lifting up, we're flexing the feet. And as we point, we see if we can lift up even higher. That's it, lengthen out, lower back down. 2 more here to go. Lift, flex. Now as you point, see if you can lift up high. Keep squeezing those legs together if you can. Lower back down. And we've got that one more time. We're going to lift, we're going to flex. And as you point, see if you can lift high. Can you maintain that? Draw the belly button in, hold it. Shoulder is down. Lengthen the legs. Well done. You're going to let your legs lower. Push the roller down. Bend your top leg. It's on the roller. The knees in front of the hip, but remember the side of the waist is still long. Let's work our adductors, the muscles down the inside of the bottom leg. So the bottom leg is straight. You lift the bottom leg up, then flex the foot like you did before. And as you point, you just see if that bottom leg will lift up that little bit higher. Then you're going to lengthen it, control it as you let it lower back down. And let's go again. So make sure the bottom leg is straight. You're going to lift, flex the foot. Now point, can it lift up any higher? Hold it there. Lengthen it out. Lower it back down. We've got 3 more of these to go. So your bottom leg lifts, you flex the foot, and as you point, you lift it that tiny bit higher. Then you're going to lengthen, lower it down. And again, last 2. So lengthen it out, lifting it, flex. That's good. Now point, can you lift it any higher? Hold it. Lower back down, ready for your last one. So bottom leg lifts, flex the foot. Now as you point, lift it up and just see if you can maintain that height there. Just for a moment, the leg is stretched out. Well done. And then you're going to let your leg lower down, stays down, interlake the fingers together. And let's rotate. We're trying to keep the roller still. The top elbow lifts. You're not forcing this movement. Just check it out. What does this side feel like compared to the other? So whichever side of your rib cage is nearest the ceiling, focus on the lungs expanding into that side of the rib cage. Take a breath. Letting that breath out. And then you're going to lift the elbow and you're going to bring it back all the way back to that start position. And then let's go again. The elbow lifts, and as it lifts, you're rotating the spine, rolling onto the back of the head, and just stay here for a moment. Take a breath. Just letting that breath out. Then lift the elbow, bringing it all the way back to that start position. And again, let's do 2 more. The elbow lifts and your spine turns. and it rotates. And you hold it for a moment, breathing into this, letting that breath out. Then you're going to lift the elbow as you bring it back to that start position. And let's do that one last time. So lifting the elbow, feeling that movement in the rib cage, hopefully increase since that first one. And just stay here, breathe into the rib cage, letting that breath out. Now you're going to lift the elbow and you're going to bring it back to that start position. And once again, you're going to take your leg off the roller. You're going to lie onto your back like we did before. Feet shoulder distance apart. And you're going to slide one leg out without the arch increasing in the lower back, other leg out. And you're gluing the legs together. Your hands are above the shoulders. We're just going to roll up. So you're lowering the arms, so you lift the head, you use your hands on the floor if you need to. And then bring it back up. Now let's move the roller so the feet are on the roller. So again, it's changing the angle of the legs in relation to the hips. Arms in front, shoulder is down. Now tuck under. Slowly go back, maybe about halfway back. Hold it. I want you to really use your core muscle. I want you to draw the belly button. And like we did on that spine stretch, feel the front of the body. Stay in this rounded position, draw the shoulders down, curl your pelvis as you go down, and then find your challenge spot. I want you to feel those stomach muscles, and then come back up, stay in this rounded position, shoulders are sliding down your back, and you're going to do 2 more here. You're squeezing the legs together, you hold it, you draw the belly button in, come back up. Now there's a catch, you're going to stay in that challenge position. So you're going to tuck under, legs together, hold it there. Now draw the belly button in. Can you flex the feet while you're here? And then point. And again, flex. Now as you do this, feel how your core muscles are working hard to stabilize you. So can you pull the belly button in anymore? Keep the shoulders down away from the ears. We've got 4. Point, pull the navel in. 3. Just want you to think of these core muscles. 2 and point. 1 more flex. Point now slowly, slowly all the way down. Well done. Feel how hard your cores work. Let the head drop. Bend your legs. Bring the roller in. Feet on the roller. So keep the roller still. Like we did those shoulder bridges before. I want you to take a breath in. And first of all, focus on your core. See if you can feel the stomach press the lower back to the floor. Because your feet are high, you're going to be able to get more of a pelvic curl, which is great for the lower back, maybe not so great for those hamstrings. You're going to come up. Now stay here, curl that pelvis, super slow, lower down. Feel the hamstrings strengthening. Curl the pelvis, see if you can get into each vertebrae in the lower back and release it. Keep your feet apart, let them roll to the right side for rotation and also for a little break before the next one. Bring it back to the center, keeping the shoulders down on the floor as your legs roll to the left. Bring it to the center. Take a breath. Use those core muscles again. Press the lower back. Really focus on pressing the lower back. Then focus on squeezing the bottom and then curling that pelvis. Peeling up. Once you're up, try and keep the pelvis curled for as long as possible. As you lower down, slowly lower these. Well, I'm lying, they never get easy, do you? Always feel the hamstrings. Down on the floor, let your legs roll to the right. Bring it back to the center. Let your legs roll to the left side. Come back to the center. Stay centered. Take a breath. Feel the stomach muscles imprint in the lower back. Feel the pelvis curling, peeling up. Remember, it's that first bit of the movement and the very last bit that you're going to get all the work in. So lower down, curl your pubic bone. Keep curling it all the way down and release it. Let your legs roll to the right and bring them back to the center. Now your legs roll to the left. Come to the center. Now stay center. Promise it's your last one. Tighten the belt. Imprint. Can you curl that pelvis even more on this last one? Peeling up. Hold it there. Try and keep the pelvis curled for as long as possible as you lower. Keep curling and curling and curling all the way down. Let your legs roll to the right. And come back to the center. Let the legs roll to the left. Keeping the shoulders down, bring it back. And now let's put the feet in front of the roller. Get ready to stretch out those muscles you've just strengthened. Feel the roller on the backs of the heels on the bottom. Imprint the lower back. We're peeling up. We're moving that roller. So now it's under either the lower back or the pelvis. Again, whatever feels best for you. Chin to the chest, the back of the neck is long. You've roughly got about the same amount of roller at each side of you. Hands are on the ends of the roller. Keep the collarbones wide. Right leg tabletop, left leg tabletop. And now stretch the legs. Feel those hamstrings stretching. Hold it here. Flex your feet. Toes pulling towards you. Feel the heels lengthening up. Point. Bend your legs, tabletop. And now let the legs roll to the right side. Stay there. Push the left hand into the roller. Feel the left collarbone wide. Now roll your legs back to the center. Back to that connective tissue release. Now we're going to the left. Right hand pushes into the roller. Right shoulder blade stays down. Then you're going to bring it back. Now you're going to lengthen the legs, stretch them. Flex the feet, point. Now let your right leg lengthen in front of you. So now we want to open out the hips. Can you flex the feet here and point? The right leg comes up. Now that left leg, so the right leg stays still as your left leg reaches forwards. Both feet flex, both feet point. Bring your leg back up. Once again, bend the legs to tabletop. Let's roll them to the right side. Left hand pushes into the roller, left shoulder blade down. Bring it back to the center. Now you're going to roll to the left. Right shoulder stays down. Bring it back to the center. We're going to stretch the legs. Keep them up here. Flex the feet. Point. Let your right leg reach forwards like you did before. Lengthen it out. Flex. Point. Bring your right leg back up. The right leg stays where it is. As the left leg lowers. And you flex the feet. Point. So we're going to add on. Now both legs open out to the side for a leg circle. You reach the legs forwards. And then you bring them back up. Then you reverse it. Both legs reach forwards. Then you circle the legs out. You'll have amazing hips after that. Bring it back. Bend your legs to tabletop. And once again, over to the right side. Left hand pushes in, left collarbone wide. Back to the center. Over towards the other side. Right hand pushes into the roller, right collarbone wide. Bring it back to the center. Legs stretch. Flex the feet, point them, right leg lengthens forwards. Now flex both feet and point. Your right leg comes up, the right leg stays still. Left leg goes forwards and flex, point, bring it back up. The legs open out and they reach forwards as you circle them. Keep reaching them, then lift them up. Now reverse it, the legs reach forwards and then they open out. And then come back up, bend your legs to tabletop. Last time for your hip rolls, over to the right. Left shoulder down, bring it back to the center. Over towards your left side. Right shoulder down, bring it back. Now bring the knees in, roll the roller forwards and slowly just feel your pelvis sink down to the floor. Hold on to the backs of your thighs, lift your head, push your thighs into your hands. Roll up and lie on the roller for the last little bit. So sit right at the edge and let's lie back. So as you lie back, we're making sure pelvis is on the roller, head is on the roller, and your arms are down the side of your body. Doesn't work if you've got a ponytail in. Arms are down the side. Palms are on the floor. Make sure they're not rigid, just let them relax. Feel the collarbones wide. And just lie here for a moment on the roller. Take a breath in. And just let the breath out. Now while you're on this roller, let's check, is that right foot pressed down as equally as that left foot? So we don't want one side to be working harder than the other. And just take a breath. And as you let the breath out, have you got the same amount of pressure on your right hand as you have on the left hand? We want to find that center. Now I want to work on your stability a little bit while you're here. Really important. Push the left foot into the floor. Activate the core a little bit just to stabilize you. And just bring your right leg up to tabletop. Now you're checking the left foot. You're not rolling in. You're not rolling out. You're drawing the belly button in because you don't want the lower arch in the back to increase. And you're going to let your right leg lower down on the floor. And you're just checking you've got that equal pressure on each foot. Now, what does it feel like now as you push the right foot into the floor and your left leg comes up? So you're making sure you're not rolling out, you're not rolling in on that right foot, holding it. And then you're going to slowly lower all the way back down. Let's go again. So remember, as we do this, we're always going to favor one side of the body more than the other, but we want to build up those neuromuscular pathways from the brain to the muscles to get that balance, to get each side to work equally. And then we're going to lower back down. And again. Now remember, once you do get that balance, and the more we do it, the more we build those pathways, you're going to take your hands off the floor. So your elbows are on the floor. Keep your elbows on the floor, by the way. Lower down. And again, so you're gradually taking a little bit support away. So you're challenging that stability even more. You can always place your hands back down on the floor if it feels too much, just elbows. And again, just alternating it. Lift up and then lower. And again, lifting up. Last time. And then you're going to lower down. Keep your feet on the floor. Find that balance. Lift the arms up to the ceiling, palms facing the legs. Now let your elbows lower down. Make sure they're quite wide. We want the collarbones wide. And again, you're just going to stretch the arms up. Palms are facing the legs. Bending the elbows down towards the floor. And again, lift up. Now bend the elbows down onto the floor. 2 more here, lift the arms up and the elbows lower down. And again, 1 more, lift up. Now the elbows lower down. Now option 1, your arms are just out the side with the backs of the hands on the floor. If you want more stretch, the back, you're shortening the levers, the backs of the hands are on the floor, but without the rib cage lifting. Or maybe something in between. You find what feels best for you. Checking once again, your right foot's pushed down as much as the left foot. And the back of the right arm is down on the floor with as equal pressure as the left arm. And you're going to take 3 deep breaths. But this time as you breathe in, I want you to feel your stomach rising. Take a full deep breath. Feel the rib cage widen. You're not engaging any muscles. You're breathing into the body. And then as you let the breath out, just feel everything relax. So you're breathing life into the body as you breathe in, full breath in. Feel the breath moving down to your feet, to your arms. And then letting the breath out. Just feeling the body softening. And again, take another breath. Then you're just going to let the breath out. Feeling the back of the head on the roller. Feel your facial muscles just softening as you lie here. If there's any tension across your forehead, just let it go. Any tension in your jaw, try and let that go too. And now you're just breathing softly. If you feel you've got shaky legs, that's what I'm feeling. You might want to let your knees rest against each other. And again, nice breath in. Just letting the breath out. Just let the roller do its magic. It's opening out the front of the body. It's releasing any tightness down the connective tissue at the sides of the spine. And again, 1 more. Take a breath. Just letting the breath out. If your arms are out to the side, just slide them down the sides of your body and then turn your palms towards the floor. For a moment, carefully roll off the roller. And just feel what that roller's done to your body as you push it away Lie on your back and just feel the back just sinking down towards the floor. Bring your legs together, feet together, and just let your legs roll to the right. You can move your arms out. You can turn the palms to the ceiling if you want. And just bring your legs back to the center. Let your legs roll to the left. And then you're going to bring it back, just feeling those shoulders relaxing on the floor. One more each side. Feeling the arms sinking down to the floor, over to the right. Bring the legs all the way back. Then you're going to roll your legs over towards the left side, keeping the shoulders relaxed. And you're going to come back to the center. From here, you're just going to roll your whole body onto your side. And you're going to keep rolling around. You're on your hands and knees now. Knees are under the hips, hands are under the shoulders. And let's just move the spine as you round the back. Let the head drop. You're looking to the thighs. Your head is just hanging. Tuck your toes under. I want you to walk your hands to your knees. Lift the knees off the floor. Stay at the bottom of a roll down. Your knees are slightly bent. Now let your arms hang. Just let your head flop down here. Relax the body. But one last time, switch on that core. Tighten the belt. Think of pelvic floor muscles activating. Now really slowly start to roll up, tucking that pubic bone under, like those spine stretches. Feel the front of the body working hard as you come all the way up. Once you come up, you're lengthening up the crown of the head. Feel the crown of the head lengthen, and you're opening out. You're going to reach your arms all the way up, lower them down, and we're done. Well done. You've strengthened, you've released, you've stretched. Hope you feel good.